أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون. صدق الله العظيم. First of all, I ought to be very pleased to be thankful to our Lord that He actually provided us such a golden opportunity to discuss the end times. In Islamic scriptures, thousands of ayat, verses of the glorious Quran are mentioned, in which directly the end times are described by different names. For example, one name is there, Qiyamah, resurrection, which is mentioned 70 times in the glorious Quran. The other name is the hour, last hour, that is mentioned in the glorious Quran 39 times. The glorious Quran clearly tells that this world was not created without purpose. As we are organizing this program, we have very noble purpose, that is to build peace. So our Lord created this world with a noble purpose. He himself says, أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Did you then think that we have created you in jest and that you want to be brought back to us? This is Surah Al-Mu'minun, chapter 23, ayah 115. He also says, تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي بِيَدِهِ الْمُلْكُ وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Blessed be He in whose hand is dominion, and He has power over all things. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. He who created death and life so that He may try which of you is the best indeed. This is Surah Al-Mulk, chapter 67, ayah 1, 2, 3. So the concept of life after death, ending time, is clear. Exact amount of time, when will this world end, that is not known by anyone in this world. I will repeat it. The exact amount of time, when will this world end, is not known by anyone except by Allah. He says to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, قُلْ إِنَّمَا عِلْمُهَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. Say, its knowledge is with Allah. This is Surah Al-Ahzab, chapter 33, ayah 63. The last prophet, as the other prophets, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon them all, they have prophesied, told them signs as sisters shared. Once upon a time, the Prophet ﷺ found some companions. They were discussing something. He said, مَا تَذَاكَرُونَ? What were you discussing? They said, نَذْكُرُ السَّاعَةِ. We were discussing the last hour. He said, إِنَّهَا لَن تَقُومَ. It will never come. حتى ترون 10 آيات قبلها, unless you see 10 signs before it. So signs are there which will definitely take place. Before these signs, the world won't end. But after these signs, none knows except Allah. Many years before, there was a false news that in 2012 the world is going to end, and the people were feeling afraid. That's not the reality. The reality is that the exact thing is not known. However, today I would like to focus some things. The concept of the end times, life after death, is very much relevant to enjoy peace and communal harmony. Because there is a sense of accountability that today whatever we are doing, tomorrow we are going to be accountable. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the first chapter of the glorious Quran, that is chapter Surah Al-Fatiha, in its third ayah, Allah says, Maliki Yawmiddin, the honor of the day of judgment. Whatever we are doing, tomorrow Allah will judge. Today we are committing transgression, oppression against each other, and we think that we are superior to the people against whom we are committing violence. But the concept of end times tells us that not, this is not the final superiority which you are enjoying or misusing. Tomorrow there is a day when you have to be accountable. The signs are good because the prophets have told. Nothing which is told by prophets is useless. But what is the main purpose? That is to be ready for these times. Once upon a time, a companion asked the Prophet ﷺ, when will the last hour be established? The Prophet asked, Ma ahdatta laha, what have you prepared for the last hour? He said, I didn't prepare for that last hour because of many prayers, fasts, or charitable work, but I love Allah and His Messenger. He said, Anta ma'a man ahbabta, you will be on that day with those whom you loved. It means that whatever we are doing today in this temporary life, that should be with the concept of this end times and in the love of our Lord and His own messengers. Today, the relevant thing is that we should try to understand the truth. I was talking to Brother James in personal conversation. He said to me, what is the way to find out the truth? To discover truth, I said to be very much closed to the scriptures. One of the signs which the last prophet of Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has told about these end times is that he said, at last people will start asking about religions the people who don't know the knowledge. In these sort of programs even, the people are called while they know nothing about religion and they come to explain religion. So to know the religion, we should consult the experts of religions. Then the reality will come. Why there is violence? Because of misunderstanding that Islam teaches wrong, or Hinduism teaches wrong, or the other religion creates violence against the followers of the other religion. So this is misunderstanding. To know whether Islam teaches violence or not, we have to consult the people who are really in this field. To know whether Christianity teaches violence against the other people, the followers of the other religion or not, we have to consult the people who have been in this field for years. And the last is that the concept of being resurrected again. Whether we are in a jungle and someone is very poor, very bigger than me, none is there to help him, I can shoot at him. But I think that there is a day, end time of my life, tomorrow I'll be resurrected and I'll be asked. If this concept is there and misunderstanding is not there because of approaching the experts of religion, inshallah, this sort of program will be very much successful, very much fruitful. May Allah grant us real inspiration, real guidance. Wa akhiru da'wana, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.